And we are back again. Welcome back to the Old School Gun School and our 12 days of peace on earth and hopefully peace of mind, for goodness sakes. I am J.B. Heron. I am the lead instructor for the school, and this is day number 11 of our 12-day circle. Okay, yesterday we talked about the aftermath of the gunfight, everything that happened after that last round was shot. Everything that happens maybe while the smoke is still clearing and that last casing is rolling towards the curb. That's the aftermath of the gunfight. Preparing for the gunfight, though, is part of this program as well. And so, although we talked about aftermath, what about the 911 call? Yes, they're going to be involved in the aftermath because the fight's already on if you had to call 911. And so, how to deal with arriving law enforcement officers. What about other witnesses? What about people at the scene? What about the big list of other things? And you'll have other headaches in the aftermath of a firearm assault for sure. Today, let's talk about reasons to shoot. When can I shoot them? Boy, we get asked this one a lot. If this happens and that happens, when can I shoot them? So let's talk about that. And here's what we can tell you. You need a reasonable reason to shoot. All your shooting has to be reasonable shooting. What makes it reasonable? When it is absolutely necessary. Necessary is a pretty cool word, huh? It would be reasonable when it is absolutely necessary. And that's when nothing else would reasonably work. But we wind up shooting for many reasons. And I'll list a few of them here for points of conversation. And there'll be a lot of good stuff to talk about on Sunday. We're bound to come up with more of them and add them to the class. What about shooting a trespasser? You know, I had signs posted. It's illegal to trespass. It's a felony to trespass, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm going to shoot the trespassers. Some even have signs out. All trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Would you like that in your courtroom? Maybe not. So trespassing, we'll talk about that. Can we shoot the trespassers? Can we shoot to intimidate? Shoot to frighten, shoot to scare. I didn't really want to hurt him. I just wanted to scare him away. And so we could also brandish to intimidate, or brandish to frighten, or brandish to scare. What about warning? Don't come any closer. Bang, the warning shot. A shot in the air. Bang, the next one's going to be for you. And so we can always shoot to brandish too. And so the gun's waving around, we warn them with a bang, don't come any closer, I got a gun. What about shooting to wound or cripple? Yeah, I really didn't want to kill him. And so I'm going to shoot him in the kneecaps, I'm going to shoot his toes off, I'm going to do other things. And so shoot to wound or to cripple. Shooting to reprimand or to punish because you're mad at him. That would be Farmer Jones with the apple orchard and his shotgun full of rock salt. And those no good delinquent teenagers that sneak onto his lower 40 and they're stealing his apples. And by golly, he goes out there with that shotgun and he peppers their little behinds as they try and run away with a shotgun full of rock salt. That'll learn them. And so things like that, yes, that could be shooting to reprimand, to punish. It's used as a form of spanking, kind of, think of it that way. Anger shooting. Wow, I can't let you get away with that. And so somebody's done something really bad, made you really mad, and because you're that angry, you just can't let them get away with that kind of stuff. Insult shooting. Maybe you've lost face. You can't treat me like this in front of my family, in front of my children, in front of the people at work, in public, all those things. And so you've been insulted. You've been insulted and you're just not going to stand for that. And so what about revenge shooting? Revenge shooting. I'm going to get back at you. Consider a woman that would shoot a man in his genitals. Would the jury consider that a revenge shooting or a shooting to stop? More on that one tomorrow. A rape survivor shoots the fleeing rapist. Wow. A revenge shooting. Okay. What about shoot to kill? When you shoot them, make sure they're dead because dead men tell no tales. So if you're going to shoot them, make sure they're dead. Another one, shoot to stop. I'm going to shoot him until he stops his delinquent behavior. Shooting to stop. So see how many things you can come up with. We come up with a big list for this. If you can add to this list, we'll have a big conversation on Sunday. You can send a thank you note to Hollywood for some of these screwy ideas because they proliferate in the movies, and we watch the movies and then we think they were training films and we start mimicking what we saw in the movies. Since movies began, we've been taught to shoot guns out of their hands, right? Remember, we shot the guns out of the cowboy's hand. We didn't really shoot him. We shot the gun out of his hand, did other things to stop the fight because shooting somebody was just a little too gruesome. And so we're going to shoot them and scare them so they give up. Boy, if I threaten with my gun, they'll throw their hands in the air and quit and beg. Lasting injury and death was just too gruesome, especially early on in the movie making. Ticket buyers just wouldn't stand for that at first. That kind of got relaxed as the years went by. But for 20 years, we could not see the gunfight, Matt Dillon in the streets. He shot the bad guy in the opening scene, every scene for 635 episodes over 20 years. Matt Dillon confronted in the street with the bad guy, and he wins the fight. But the camera will not allow us to see the cowboy fall over because that was just too gruesome to put on television. Our public eye just wouldn't take it. So not everything we see on TV and the movies is really meant to be a documentary. It's make-believe, it's entertainment. Now, I like to be entertained, but I don't want to be lied to and I don't want to be tricked. I knew that Elmer Fudd was a cartoon. It was entertainment, and I like being entertained. But I knew it wasn't a training film, it was entertainment. And so there's a big difference between shooting for entertainment and shooting and learning something about that for real life. Want more on this topic? This topic and more, that's easy. We're planning our in-depth study on this on Sunday, a couple of days away, in a live online Zoom class Sunday afternoon. All you need to do to be a part of this is to send me an email requesting a link to join us. It's going to be a live Zoom meeting on Sunday afternoon. Send that email to jb@oldschoolgunschool.com and I'll add your name to the list and get you a link on time. Until then, man alive, this is Christmas Eve. So celebrate, enjoy, be with your family, enjoy the wonders of the seasons. Be sure to join us tomorrow, Christmas Day, for the 12th day of peace on earth and peace of mind. Until then, Merry Christmas to y'all and to all of us at the Old School Gun School.